Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Discomfort is something we often try to avoid. We want things to go smoothly, to feel easy, to be predictable. But here's the truth. Comfort is the enemy of growth. Every time you feel that knot in your stomach, that little voice that says, "I'm not sure I can do this," that's not fear trying to stop you. That's growth knocking on your door. Discomfort means you're pushing yourself beyond what's familiar, beyond what's safe, and into the space where real change happens. Think about it. When was the last time you truly learned something new while you were comfortable? Growth doesn't happen when everything feels easy. It happens when you're stretched, when you're challenged, when you're forced to adapt. Every time you take a step into the unknown, you're giving yourself a chance to expand your limits. It's like lifting weights. If it doesn't hurt a little, you're not getting stronger. Discomfort is the same for your mind, your heart, your spirit. Most people run from discomfort. They think it's a sign to stop. But what if you started seeing it as a signal to keep going? What if that uneasy feeling was actually proof that you're on the right path? Because that's what it is. Discomfort doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're evolving. It means you're alive, you're learning, and you're daring to become something greater than you were yesterday. So don't chase what's easy. Chase what challenges you. Don't seek comfort. Seek growth. The moments that make you sweat, doubt, and question yourself are the same moments that will define who you become. Embrace them, because every time you step into discomfort, you step closer to your potential. Failure is something we're all scared of. We treat it like a scarlet letter, something to hide or be ashamed of. But failure isn't the end of the road. It's the foundation of everything meaningful we ever build. Every person you admire, every success story you've ever heard, is written on pages filled with mistakes, rejection, and setbacks. The truth is, failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. It's the rough draft that leads to the masterpiece. When you fail, it hurts. It shakes your confidence, makes you question your worth. But those moments are where your character is formed. Failure doesn't just test you, it teaches you. It teaches patience, humility, and the value of persistence. You learn more about yourself in one honest failure than in a dozen easy wins. It strips away the ego and reminds you that growth takes effort, risk, and sometimes a few bruises along the way. I've failed many times, in auditions, in relationships, in life. And in those moments, I wanted to quit. But looking back, those failures were the fuel that pushed me to become better, sharper, stronger. They forced me to confront my weaknesses and find out what I was really made of. So, the next time you fall short, don't run from it. Sit with it. Learn from it. Let it shape you. Because failure isn't a wall meant to stop you, it's a mirror showing you what needs work. And if you keep showing up, if you keep trying, you'll find that failure was never meant to break you. It was meant to build you. Embrace it, because every failure is proof that you're still in the game, still fighting, still growing. We live in a world that loves success stories. Everywhere you look, people are showing their wins, their highlights, their perfect moments. Social media has made it easy to believe that everyone else has it all figured out, that success comes without struggle, but that's not real life. What you don't see behind every success is the sweat, the sleepless nights, the doubts, and the failures. The world hides the struggle because struggle doesn't sell, but it's the struggle that gives success its value. When you only see the final result, you start to believe that you're the only one who's struggling, that something must be wrong with you. But the truth is, everyone who's ever achieved something great has walked through failure, pain, and disappointment. The difference between those who make it and those who don't is simple. The ones who succeed don't give up when it gets hard. They don't run from the struggle, they use it as a teacher. We need to stop pretending that the road to success is smooth. It's not. It's messy, unpredictable, and often uncomfortable. But it's also where the magic happens. That's where you build grit, where you earn your confidence, where you learn what you're truly capable of. The world might hide the struggle, but you don't have to. Be proud of it. Share it, because your scars tell the story of your strength. So don't get discouraged when life feels hard or when progress seems slow. That's not failure, that's the process. The moments you want to give up are the moments that are shaping you the most. Remember, every success you see out there has a story behind it, one filled with lessons, pain, and perseverance. Embrace yours. That's what makes your story real. Failure has a way of testing us. It can make you doubt who you are, question your choices, and even make you want to give up altogether. But the truth is, failure doesn't define you. It refines you. What breaks some people builds others. The difference is not in the failure itself, but in how you respond to it. When something doesn't go your way, you can let it become a label that limits you, or you can let it be a lesson that lifts you. We've been told to avoid failure, to play it safe, to stay within the lines. But that's how you end up living small. Real growth, real success comes from the courage to try, to fall, and to get back up again. Failure is not a permanent mark on your record. It's proof that you had the guts to take a chance. And every time you rise after falling, you become a little stronger, a little wiser, a little more unstoppable. Think of failure as a fire. It can burn you or it can forge you. It can turn you into ashes or it can turn you into steel. The choice is yours. If you let it, failure can teach you more than any victory ever will. It humbles you, it sharpens your focus, and it gives you perspective. It shows you what matters and what doesn't. So when things fall apart, don't let that be the end of your story. Let it be the start of your comeback. Because who you are after you fail, that's who you really are. Don't fear the fall, respect it, learn from it, and rise because of it. Failure doesn't define your limits, it defines your potential. When things go wrong, our first instinct is to ask, why me? It's human nature to feel frustrated, to feel like life is unfair, or to think the world is working against us. But that question keeps us stuck. It keeps us focused on the problem instead of the purpose. The moment you shift your question from, why me, to what is this trying to teach me, everything changes. That shift turns a setback into a setup for growth. Every challenge, every disappointment, every failure carries a lesson, if you're willing to see it. Sometimes the lesson is patience. Sometimes it's resilience, humility, or courage. The key is to stay curious, not defeated. When you treat failure as a teacher instead of a punishment, you give yourself the power to grow instead of the permission to quit. I've learned that life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. Even in the moments that hurt the most, there's something valuable waiting to be found. You just have to look through the pain long enough to see it. That's where maturity comes in. The ability to step back, breathe, and ask, what can I learn from this? When you do that, you turn your pain into wisdom, your mistakes into momentum. So the next time life knocks you down, don't just sit there asking, why did this happen? Ask, what can I take from this? What is it showing me about myself? Because those lessons, the ones born out of struggle, are the ones that stay with you. They're the ones that shape your future. Every failure becomes a stepping stone, every setback a source of strength. Growth begins the moment you stop blaming the storm and start learning how to dance in the rain. Growth doesn't come from comfort. It comes from courage. It comes from the moments when you step into the unknown, when you take the risk, when you do the thing that scares you. Comfort feels safe, but safety doesn't lead to progress. The people who go the furthest in life are not the ones who stay where it's easy. They're the ones who are brave enough to get uncomfortable. They know that every great story starts with a little fear,